Now, as we all know, trends are a constant reoccurrence that has a very big influence over the fashion space. And as the years go by, we are introduced to new, exciting, and provocative trends that may sometimes impact our day-to-day outfits. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at the 2025 summer trend predictions according to fashion magazines like GQ and Vogue, and basically seeing if these are things that people are actually wearing in real life and on social media. So for those of you that are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you guys like this video by any chance, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get started. Now, one of the items that were predicted to be a very big fashion trend for the summer are short shorts, and I have to say the prediction was pretty accurate. Shorts are something I've been seeing quite a lot lately, mostly on social media, but I also think the general public have incorporated them into their wardrobes as well. And the reason behind that is because shorts are very functional in my opinion. Obviously, they are a good item for the summer. They keep you cool when the temperatures are high, but they also happen to be extremely practical as well. You can wear them to the gym, on vacation, or even style them casually on a day-to-day basis. This is an item I definitely recommend you look into. I'd actually pick up a pair myself just for the gym and something to move around the house in. If I'm looking to style a pair of shorts, honestly, I'd rather get a pair of pleated shorts instead. The next trend prediction is classic tailoring. Now, this is another trend I think has taken over the fashion space, and what I've been seeing most of the time isn't people necessarily wearing full suits, but investing in quality, elevated basics instead. Now, when I say basics, I basically mean items like your pleated pants, your fitted tees, and your button-up shirts. Basically items that focus on the fit and proportions of a person's body. If I'm being honest, tailoring has been one of my favorite trends so far because it has a very distinctive look to it. With tailored items, you get to look fashionable and well put together at the same time. You also get to see how different people with different proportions style their own versions of tailored items, which I think is pretty cool. Moving on to the third prediction, which is sports and fashion. Now, if you watched my recent trends video, you would have also heard me predict that sports-inspired fashion is going to be a theme that's going to be very big in 2025. And this begs the question of whether that prediction was accurate or not. In my opinion, it was a pretty accurate prediction. Sports-inspired fashion is something that has made itself very apparent in the summer of 2025. And you can mostly see it on runways, streetwear brands, and fashion blogs as well. Some of the items I've been seeing lately have mostly been football and American football jerseys. I know brands like Nude Project, 545, and House of Errors have some pretty decent jerseys. I've also been seeing a lot of people style some Adidas apparel as well. Now, I know this is a big trend and all, but I feel like where it really shines is with footwear. There are so many brands that have released some decent shoes, and if you want to see which brands these are, I do have a detailed video of the 2025 footwear trends, so be sure to check it out. The next trend that's supposed to be big this summer is leather, and for me, this one is definitely a miss. First of all, I've barely seen anyone wear leather in the summer. I actually don't think I'd wear it myself. You sweat even when you're just wearing a t-shirt, so just think about how intense it is with a whole leather jacket. Don't get me wrong though, I do like leather items, but they're just not practical in the summer. So if you want to add leather to your outfits, then I recommend you do it in a form of accessories like your bags, your ties, and maybe your mules. You should be good with those. The fourth trend are plaid items, which I think mostly refer to plaid shirts than anything, because those are essentially what I've been seeing most of the time. Now, plaid is a pattern that normally gains traction around the fall and winter season, but lately, people have mostly been styling these how a person would style any other shirt in the summer. And that's basically with a t-shirt or a tank top underneath, using the plaid shirt as a second layer. There are many brands that have released their own versions of plaid shirts, with the first one being Outerwear, which has this nice one that is short in length and has some chest embroidery. For a more traditional fit, you can have a look at the ones from Picante. I think those are great as well. Vaucluse and Angel Boy are brands that I think are worth checking out too, so if you haven't, I'd recommend you do so. Another trend prediction by Vogue that I actually want to touch on is sheer outerwear. Again, this is another one of those trends I haven't really been seeing on social media, and if something isn't on social media, I doubt people are pulling it off in real life. I have to admit though, sheer outerwear seems extremely functional in the summer. The fabric would definitely keep you cool in the high heat, but even though that's the case, I think it's something that appeals more to women's wear than men. Now I have seen a small amount of women style these lace skirts and tops, which I think is pretty cool, but I don't see the average male putting on sheer outerwear, unless if you're looking to push boundaries, of course. Alright, let's talk footwear, and the shoes in question are sandals. Now if I'm being honest, when I see sandals, I see the perfect vacation shoes. They are exactly what you'd look for when you're outside in the high heat. Sandals are another item that's extremely practical, which is one of the reasons why I think they've been as popular as they currently are. Personally, I don't know how I would style them yet, but I do think they can be styled exceptionally well. Next are Haute Hats, and this basically refers to hats that have a very unique shape compared to your average cap. To be specific, it's hats like your fur hats, your berets, your leather hats, and beanies. In my opinion, hats are always going to be in trend regardless of what year or season it is. They are a great way to add subtle details to some of your outfits and can also be extremely useful in terms of functionality. A store that I recently came across that sells amazing headwear is a small Parisian brand called Vogue in Paris. Some of my favorite pieces from this brand are the Sherlock berets, which obviously fall into that haute hat trend and come in some pretty good colorways as well. For more options, you can never go wrong with the headwear from Kangol. They have a wide range of berets to pick from. There's also the beanies from Sandals and the Charles Jeffrey Loverboy hats. And the last trend are graphic tees. Again, this is another item I don't necessarily think is a trend. I see them more of a stylistic choice than anything. They're an essential I think everybody already has in their wardrobe. And that's mainly because they're extremely easy to style. So if you haven't started collecting graphic tees, get yourself a few this summer. But anyway guys, that is basically it from me today. Let me know your thoughts on today's video and what you guys think of these summer trend predictions. But as always, I really hope you guys liked today's video and found it informative. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.